So a week ago, I did a video on the top concealed carry guns for men. At the very end of the video, I suggested that I would be doing a video on this Hornady ultrasonic gun cleaner. So here I am, got all the stuff out and got it in the mail. I actually did not know that this existed until probably about 2 weeks ago. Apparently it's been out for a long time. I, being the owner of a training facility, naturally should have known about this because I am cleaning guns all the time for my training company. We teach firearm classes, and naturally we do allow people to rent out guns, and therefore we have a lot of gun rentals to clean. So when I heard about this, I just had a light bulb moment and naturally felt like I need this in my life. So before this, I was cleaning all of my guns with so many different cleaning products. I had like 6 or 7, 10 different cleaning products. It seems like every gun manufacturer is making a new product every week. So naturally I just have to buy it. But why have all of this stuff when you can have one good go-to? So goodbye cleaning products. Hello ultrasonic gun cleaner. So the one that I have for you guys today is, let's see, the 2L Sonic Cleaner by Hornady. Comes in this nice box, very nicely packed. You can, by the way, I'm going to give you a link at the end of this video where you can buy it on my website, so moderndefense1.com. This ultrasonic gun cleaner actually comes with 2 different solutions. So you need the solution to use the product, and it comes with the solution to clean your gun parts, which is what I have here today, and then I will also be offering the solution to clean your brass with. So 2 different types of gun cleaner solutions. Cleaning solutions for this. Let's see. So basically, this is really simple. It only has 5 buttons here, so I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to be cleaning some parts of my Glock 19, which a lot of people have shot a lot of rounds through it. Pretty dirty, so we're going to see how well it works. This solution, or this product, requires a 1/2 ounce solution for every 20 ounces of water. So if you're like me, you go by the metric system if you are living in the US, and so you're thinking, well, what the heck is that? Basically, it's 2.5 cups to every ounce of, I usually fill this, I'm going to fill this cap because it's calling for a 1/2 ounce, which is like 0.06 basically cups of water. So it's literally like 1/4 cup. So I'm going to fill one of these, the top cap, I'm going to fill it with solution, and then I'm going to put about 2.5 cups of water. So I know it looks really small. It actually says that it's a 32 fluid ounce bottle, but the container says that it will give you 64 uses. So even though it's pretty small, it should be able to help you clean your stuff 64 times, which in my opinion, I think it was like $16 for this. So I think that's pretty good bang for your buck. All right, so now we're gonna fill it. I have not used this before, so we are gonna just see how it goes. This is my first time. It's saying that you need to use distilled water. You're gonna have a better chance of getting everything cleaned if you're using distilled water, and also you won't have as many water spots. But obviously, if you still want to use the faucet water, it says that you can still do that. You just won't have as good of an outcome. So I'm going to fill it with basically 2.5 cups of water. I feel like I'm on a cooking show right now. So here we go. That's going to go in. And obviously, I think you can fill it higher. It says not to fill higher than the fill line, but depending on how much stuff that you're putting in here, you can probably fill it higher, just as long as it doesn't go over that fill line. All right, so now I'm going to fill it with a full cup of this lid. So I'm just going to fill the lid with this solution. It does say on the bottle that this is hazardous. They are not liable for if you swallow it or get in your eyes. Hopefully, if you're cleaning guns, you have some common sense, because you shouldn't be owning guns if you don't have any common sense. I just wanted to point out something funny that I read on this. It says, let's see, this product can expose you to diethylamine, which is known to the state of California to cause cancer. Only the state of California, no other state. I thought that was kind of funny. So let's not make America like California. Okay, filling this up, a little bit over, but I'm just going to pour some of that in. And this does smell pretty strong, so if you do have kids in the house and stuff, just make sure you keep this out of the hands of your kids and all that. All right, so that I have the solution in. It says always put the basket in, never just drop the gun parts or the brass into the stainless steel container. It will eventually probably eat away at the components on the exterior because it's basically vibrating a lot, and you're gonna push those gun parts into the sides, which will eventually eat it away. All right, so now I'm gonna take my gun apart. I have them here, my Glock 19. It is unloaded. Triple check it. I'm gonna do the sight test and the finger test. Magazine is out. No ammo is around me. So I'm gonna take this gun apart. Okay, and I'm gonna clean today my spring. Drop that in. Clean my barrel. Drop that in. And I kind of want to clean my slide. The only thing that I've heard about this that I've read is that if you do have bluing on the exterior of your firearm, if you maybe possibly clean it too much or use the heat option for a prolonged period of time, it could potentially start to sort of eat away at the bluing on it. So just a FYI. The more that I use these, the more obviously I'll have a better idea as to what the outcome is and the pros and cons of this product. The next thing I'm going to want is an electrical source. So obviously you're going to want to plug it in, which I just had a nice little helper down there plug it in for me. And then this has 5 buttons, okay, so it's not super complicated. Basically you have an on and off switch, you have a function switch, which basically will regulate the, it says the degas function and the normal function. The degas is to take away the little bubbles on top when you first turn it on, so obviously we probably want that. You're going to get a better outcome. And then it also has a heat function. I don't know how long it takes for the heat to come on. We're going to find out. I'll tell you after we test it out. And then basically these arrows increase or decrease the time that you want it to go on for and clean your product or the items inside of your cart. So we're going to use the degas function and then I'm going to set it to 5 minutes. I think I probably went on for that. The directions say that you should actually put on for like 20 minutes for you to have the best outcome. So I'm going to put it on for 20 minutes. The top button increases it by increments of 5 minutes. The bottom arrow decreases it by increments of 1 minute. So as we can see, that goes down to 19. And then you can increase it by 5. All right, I am going to put on the heat function just because I'm kind of curious to see how long it takes to heat it up and exactly how hot it gets. So I'm going to put that on, and I guess it just starts by itself. There we go. Why do I feel like I'm in like a haunted house? It is October. Anyways, I'm going to put the lid on. Not too loud. Definitely don't put your hand in there because I feel like I'm going to get electrocuted. But we will see. I'm guessing the heat icon will stay solid once it's fully heated. So we'll wait until the solid heat goes on, then we know it's obviously hot. And we're just going to wait a little bit and come back when we see the final result. Okay, so it vibrated for about 90 seconds at first. Once the degasser will only vibrate for about 90 seconds, and then it actually stops vibrating, and then it just fully starts to clean in a repetitive sound motion, vibrating for about 20 minutes. We let it go for. The heat light actually never came on. It does feel hot. Apparently it goes up to 135 degrees, but it actually is still blinking. So when it ever stops blinking, I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure it stops blinking maybe after 30 minutes, but we're gonna take this off. We did let it clean for about 20 minutes, and basically we did have to add in a little bit more solution. So you can add in more solution based off of how many components you put in there, and just make sure that they're fully immersed in a solution. All right, so I'm gonna take out my slide first. I just had this little clamp that I could find. The solution is hot, so I didn't really want to, and I don't really know exactly what chemicals are in this solution, so I didn't really want to fully immerse my hands in there unless I had gloves on. But here's my slide. I can understand how maybe some people were saying that it would take off the bluing. I'm sure if you do this a lot, it probably would. But for right now, this actually looks pretty clean. I don't want to dry it out too much, so obviously, and it does say to run it under water. You guys can kind of see in here, it definitely looks a lot cleaner. So there is not any carbon residue, not any sort of powder or lead on there. So it definitely looks pretty clean. I'm going to take out this my barrel in here. Okay, so I got the barrel out. Now let's get the spring out. So I just took the basket out, and there's my spring. It is really nice and shiny. So I'm just gonna, there we go. My hand's not totally immersed in the solution, so I'm not too finicky if I just put my hands on the parts. Very clean. You can see it's super shiny. I'm actually very impressed with the results. So we are gonna run it under some water and get those off. I do understand why they say use distilled water because I don't have any spots on here. So we took the parts, washed them, rinsed them with water, dried them off, and as you can tell, they are very shiny, very clean. Some of these hard to reach places in here is pretty impossible when you're just using regular cleaner, Q-tips, cotton swabs. So if you use the Hornady sonic cleaner, you can actually get in some of these hard to reach places. And you know, definitely cleans it very well. If you're worried about the bluing coming off, I'm sure you could still use some of that basically green cleaner, the simple green, for a less sort of aggressive cleaner to keep the bluing on, because I can see how it can start getting tarnished. But this is the first time using it, so it stayed on pretty well, and I am very happy with the results. Check out how shiny this little spring is. My spring has never been this shiny. So as for the rest of my parts of my gun, the lower receiver of my Glock 19 and the polymer magazine, I didn't really know exactly how aggressive this solution is that I'm using with the Hornady solution that it comes with. So I actually did some research, and I found that this simple green all-purpose cleaner was highly recommended for a lot of the polymer parts of your gun. So, you know, the other stuff, good for metal. Simple green, I would probably recommend just using the same amount of measurements and using that in your sonic cleaner, and that'll be a little bit milder, a little bit less aggressive on the surfaces of your polymer parts. Obviously, if it's metal, you could take that out. I don't always recommend taking your entire gun apart, especially if you don't know how to put it back together. So this is probably what I'm going to use on the polymer parts of my gun. As far as the metal parts, I'm pretty happy with this. We're going to go run underwater, and we will be back in a second. As far as the draining of the sort of bucket here, basket of fluid, it doesn't really actually smell as that aggressive. So if you were to just dilute it with water, pour it down your sink, in your bathroom sink or some sort, I'm sure along with the dilution of water, it doesn't really smell like it would be that invasive to your water supply, or if it, you know, was just disposed of at your house. If you are using it to clean off products that have lead on it, and you're worried about the lead potentially contaminating the water supply or getting too much lead buildup, you can obviously filter out the lead when you're draining it, and then eventually, you know, put that into another cup or a bag and eventually bring it to your waste disposal facility. If you're really worried about this, putting the extra solution down your drain, obviously you can just keep putting it into jugs and bringing it to a waste disposal facility would be the best recommendation. So as far as that goes though, I'm pretty happy with this sonic cleaner. I'm really happy that I discovered it because, as I said, I have a lot of guns to clean. So I don't mind cleaning guns, but if I can get a little extra help, I'm going to take it. So definitely check it out. I do have it posted on my link in this video, and I will be selling them on my online store as long as they're in stock. A lot of things are out of stock right now. So, but I think we're going to test it with the simple greens, so stay tuned. I have about 5 cups in here, so I'm going to put in about 1.5 cups of this simple green solution. Okay, so I have a good ratio of the simple green with the water, so I'm going to now put in my polymer lower of my Glock 19. Just barely fits in there. Just get that in. Okay, and now I'm just going to put in also my polymer magazine. I never get to clean these, so if it cleans this really well and there's not water inside, highly recommend this, but if I can still hear water, don't recommend cleaning the magazines in here, but we will find out. All right. On goes the lid. I'm going to put it on for about 20 minutes with the degas option, and here we go. I did not use the heat option for this because I don't really feel like the heat is necessary with the polymer surface. So, see you guys back here in 20 minutes. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes. I have not opened this, so my first reaction to this is going to be, or my first sight of this is going to be your first sight. So let's take that off. Take this out, and actually you don't really smell like any harsh chemicals and stuff, so it's obviously a softer, more mild solution. And wow, this is pretty clean. You guys can all see that. So I had a lot of carbon residue. There was a lot of grease on this, a lot of oil residue mixed with the residue from the ammunition. Shot about 600 rounds through this, and it is pretty clean. Wow. Okay, now I'm gonna get the magazine, and we'll see if there's any water in it. Otherwise, I don't recommend cleaning the magazine with this. Luckily, I have a lot of Glock mags, so if this one doesn't function correctly, I can definitely just grab another Glock mag, but I do not hear any water in there. So it looks like it all kind of came out. I would definitely recommend blowing this out if you have like an air blower, or setting it out so that it definitely dries inside. You don't want any rust buildup or anything like that, or any mold. So obviously dry it out pretty well, but this is the first time I've actually cleaned this magazine, and it looks pretty clean. So as far as, it's probably just more important how you dry it out. But I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome of the cleaning of all this, the products and the ultrasonic gun cleaner on my Glock. So everything is very shiny, everything's very clean now. I'm definitely going to be reusing this. So long, you know, all of that breaking out the mat to put down and getting the residue from the, you know, guns everywhere, when you can just use the ultrasonic gun cleaner. So as I said before, this the link is going to be in this video, and you can buy the ultrasonic gun cleaner on the Dragonman's website. It will ship directly to you from our warehouse, and there is going to be two links, one for the gun parts cleaning solution and one for the brass cleaning solution. So make sure you buy the right one. As to what the difference really is, if it makes a huge difference, I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure it makes a little bit of a difference. So just make sure that you're buying the right one, but that is how you use the ultrasonic gun cleaner, and highly recommend. Better than just manually cleaning it. So there you have it. Hope you guys like this video. I know it's not shooting guns and stuff, not super exciting, but if you want to have fun with all the guns and stuff, you obviously have to do the boring stuff, which is cleaning the product and the items and stuff. So just to maintain all of that and continue having fun, as my dad told me, you got to take care of your stuff. So my dad would be proud of this video. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.